Good morning and welcome to Tomato Industries Detailing. So this morning we've got a BMW M5 coming in. I'm just waiting for the owner. He's supposed to be here at 9, but he's just rung in, so he's running late. So I've got a little bit of time. And I thought in that time there's something I've been meaning to do and do some maintenance on my vacuum. I've been doing a few quite filthy cars with it lately, and they had a lot of sticks and debris, all that little stuff you can still get up in the vacuum. And on one of them, in the corner, it was sort of shaded, and I didn't realise some water had pooled there, and I'd sucked it all up in the vacuum, and it's created quite a bit of carnage. So I didn't know about that, and then I was working the next day, and I noticed the vacuum was running a bit strange, you might say, and so I opened it up, and I was greeted by carnage. We're just going to go in, we'll have a look, I'll explain it to you while we're looking at the vacuum. Just got to switch the camera around. Okay, so here we have the vacuum. She's all opened up. This is my work vacuum. Yonder is the house vacuum, but it's got the work hose attached to it. I'll tell you something about that. So here's about the bag I had inside it, and you can see what state it's in. It was actually damp and wet. I've got it out, and it's been in the sun for the last 2 days. It's dried right out. That's the attachment that goes, the bag attaches to, and you can see the state of it. And at what stage we're up to now is I was working the other day, and when I noticed the vacuum not running too well, so I opened it up, saw the carnage in there. I happen to have my air compressor with me, and what we've generally got is a white felt that goes inside here, and this works as the filter. So that had sticks and stuff sticking out the sidelines, and it was black. So I knew that was the cause. The vacuum was running hot because nothing was getting through. So I took that out and replaced it, and there was just gravel, water, sticks, everything in here once I pulled the bag out. And so I got it all out, got my air hose. I put the filter back in here to stop when I was putting air hose through rubble and crap going in there, and I air hosed it. So this is the point right now of what's left. So we've also got this sort of crap around the side here. You can see it's all the dirt that's accumulated, and then if we go in underneath, like a bonnet, she's all dirty up inside here. So this needs a clean, and as anything, you clean from the top down, so that'll get first. Now this hose, you'll notice there's some tape and stuff. Well, I cut that about 6 inches off that, because when I got it, I just found in some situations it was too long, and it was getting caught. So the back of it, where my hand is, was sort of in between seats and the back of the front seat, and it was just really uncomfortable. So I cut about 6 inches off it. It's made it much more easy to control. So actually, when I am vacuuming, especially if I want more control, like it's easy to hold the vacuum like this and just vacuum back and forth, but if I want more control, I tend to then move my hand down here and vacuum like that, because the attachment's right there near my fingers. Much more control, especially when you get areas where you might scratch. So that's how I do it. So this is the house vacuum. The Mealy S6330, same model, and that was actually with me from the beginning. So in the beginning, I didn't do much paint correction or decontamination. I just raced around washing cars, and I'd probably at times do 4 a day. I did interiors too, and that thing just copped a hiding, and it only stopped once in that whole time, and that was on a day, I think it was 36 degrees. It overheated at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 4th car. I turned it off, did a few other things, came back 10 minutes later, it was fine. And it's never ever stopped since then. And the reason I swapped was it ran out of warranty. So it's now the house vacuum. That was a 1.5 years ago. So I bought another one. And yeah, I don't have the big roller vacuums because I don't really have, room in my car for these. I've got a Keurig shampoo extraction. That is also a vacuum, but compared to these things are much stronger, believe it or not. The motor in that that thing is just designed, really, I find it best for shampoo extraction, which when it works very well. But the motor with the big long 4-meter hose, it just doesn't have the suction, and it's also not really designed for vacuuming. So when you put your attachments on the end there, it really on the end here, so you take the upholstery tool off, if you put attachment on, it just doesn't work. It's just not designed for it. So yeah, I bought these little ones because, you know, I don't have a van for a stand-up barrel vacuum. So they've been faithful. They're easy to pick up, put inside cars, you know, when you're doing larger cars and that. Very light. So today it's going to get a bit of maintenance. So super degreaser, 10 to 1. I'm going to start spraying up top yonder, clean all that out. I've got 2 different brushes. So one for the big areas, one for the smaller. And we'll work down into these areas at the back here. So I'll cover this so no super degreaser really comes down. That's a HEPA filter. I blew that out the other day. Yeah, so there it is. And if I really get down there, hopefully this can focus. This is the Galaxy X7 I've got back, so it seems to be working. The focus is working well. You can, there's quite a bit of debris. This is pretty normal for a vacuum. I'm not trying to say anything, but what was a bit abnormal was this bag. Anyway, so we'll get into this, and hopefully I'll set my tripod up. I've got time, I think, and show you how I do it. Okay, so I've been known to get a little liberal with my spraying, so I'm just going to put that over there so no water drops in. So here we go on the this is the filter that leads to the back. So just let that sit for a while. It'll work its way in. Doesn't seem to be anything dripping down too much, so that's good. Get the old brushy and the spray. So that's that. Alright, now for this bit in here. So, one of the things we need to be a little bit careful about is when we're going inside that, so I'm going to bring it a little bit closer. So it's when we're going inside that filter, you can see there. So it's best to put, whenever you're doing this sort of stuff, I'm going to give that a little bit more of a vacuum first. So that's how I clean all the crap off the brushes. I just, when the vacuum's running, I just stick it in there and allow the vacuum to take it all up, and you can see she's nice and clean. So there is quite a bit of sand and dirt down in there. One of the things we can do before we actually go into with the degreaser is break it up a bit with the back of this, and then we're not dragging so much out when we're using the degreaser. So, the good thing with using a medium like degreaser is it softens everything up and allows the suction of the vacuum to gain purchase on it. Actually, it's a good medium. So I haven't sprayed it inside there as yet in the filter. For the filter, we'll be going straight onto here. I'm just doing these ones to get some of the stuff off. Monkey! Neighbours. How you going, buddy? Yeah, no complaints. Neighbour's dog's just having its regulation early morning bark. Loves to bark, that dog. Okay, so welcome back, and here's the finished product, the vacuum, all clean. So it was mainly about showing you exactly what I do to clean it when it gets to that state. So you can see back here, she's all cleaned, all through there, where the HEPA filter was, underneath there, in underneath all the fans. Remembering what I did there was sprayed super degreaser on my brush, which would have been probably this one, and worked it through there, then got the vacuum. So I have a new little filter thing there to put in there, that'll go in there, put him in a second. So all the rest of it has been cleaned and is ready to go. All down here, all along the sides, all at the front. Yeah, so tools used were one medium-sized brush, one small brush, one bamboo skewer, one bottle of 10:1 super degreaser, one used microfiber cloth, and now we'll have that new filter put in there and a new bag up here. So I also cleaned this attachment, she's all ready to go. So that's it, and now we're moving on to the BMW, which has just arrived. So I'll catch you later.